Greenwood Market, a seemingly ordinary supermarket in a quiet town, held secrets that would forever change the lives of those who stepped through its doors. Behind the neatly arranged shelves and friendly cashiers, an unsettling darkness lurked, waiting to be uncovered. Jenna, a young woman with an affinity for the paranormal, was drawn to the rumors surrounding Greenwood Market. Locals whispered about strange occurrences, items moving on their own, and eerie shadows that seemed to follow customers down the aisles. Intrigued, Jenna decided to investigate. One evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon, Jenna entered the market. The fluorescent lights hummed softly, casting a sterile glow that did little to dispel the sense of unease that settled in her chest. She wandered through the aisles, her heart pounding in anticipation. As she reached the canned goods section, Jenna froze. A can of soup slid off the shelf and clattered to the floor, seemingly on its own. Her pulse quickened as she glanced around, half expecting to find an explanation. But the aisle was empty, and the unsettling feeling of being watched intensified. Gathering her courage, Jenna continued her exploration. In the bakery section, she heard faint whispers, as if voices were carried on the wind. She strained to listen, but the words remained just beyond comprehension. The air seemed to grow colder, and she wrapped her arms around herself. As she ventured deeper into the market, the lights flickered, casting ominous shadows that danced along the walls. The whispers grew louder, a cacophony of voices that seemed to come from all directions. Jenna's heart raced as she realized she was not alone. In the frozen food section, a figure materialized at the end of the aisle. Its form was indistinct, shifting and flickering like a mirage. Jenna's breath caught in her throat as the figure's eyes fixed on her, their gaze piercing through the darkness. The figure's voice was a haunting whisper that seemed to echo within Jenna's mind. "They are lost. Help them find their way." Fear and curiosity battled within her as she struggled to comprehend the figure's words. Who were they, and what did they want? Jenna's empathy urged her forward, despite the terror that gripped her. As she approached, the figure seemed to solidify, its form becoming more defined. It introduced itself as Samuel, a former employee of the market who had vanished under mysterious circumstances. He recounted tales of trapped souls, of lost spirits bound to the supermarket's aisles. Jenna listened with a mixture of fascination and dread. Samuel's story was a tragic one. A series of bizarre events had led to his disappearance, and he had become trapped in a liminal space between the living and the afterlife. He pleaded with Jenna to help him and the others find peace. Determined, Jenna delved into the market's history, piecing together the events that had led to the trapped spirits. She uncovered tales of greed, betrayal, and unfinished business. The supermarket had become a prison, its aisles a labyrinth of sorrow and longing. Night after night, Jenna communicated with the spirits, learning their stories and offering them comfort. She performed rituals and reached out to experts in the paranormal. The market's atmosphere began to shift, as if the trapped spirits were inching closer to release. And then, one fateful night, as Jenna stood in the frozen food section, a warmth enveloped her. The air seemed to hum with energy, and a brilliant light filled the space. The trapped spirits were there, their presence strong and palpable. Jenna felt a sense of fulfillment and compassion as the spirits thanked her. The market's aisles no longer felt haunted. Instead, they seemed to radiate with a newfound peace. The trapped souls had found release, their stories no longer shackled to the supermarket's walls. Word spread throughout the town about Jenna's efforts, and the once feared Greenwood Market transformed into a place of redemption and healing. Jenna's experience became a local legend, a reminder that even in the most unexpected places, the power of empathy and understanding can bring solace to the lost and forgotten. To this day, Greenwood Market stands as a testament to Jenna's bravery and the resilience of the human spirit. The supermarket's aisles may have once held darkness, but they now carry a whisper of hope, a reminder that even in the face of the supernatural, compassion can triumph over fear. In the heart of a small town, Midnight Mart stood as a relic of the past, its faded neon sign beckoning shoppers into its dimly lit aisles. For years, locals had whispered about the strange occurrences within its walls. Items moving on their own, unsettling shadows, and unexplained cold spots. The market's secrets were about to be unraveled, Laura, a curious and adventurous soul, couldn't resist the allure of Midnight Mart's mysteries. Armed with a camera and a determination to uncover the truth, she embarked on a journey that would blur the line between reality and the supernatural. As Laura entered the market, the fluorescent lights cast an eerie glow, casting long shadows along the narrow aisles. The scent of stale air mingled with a hint of nostalgia, making her heart race in anticipation. She navigated the labyrinthine aisles, her footsteps echoing in the near-empty store. In the cereal aisle, a box fell from the shelf with a soft thud. Laura jumped, her eyes widening. She examined the area, half expecting a logical explanation. But the aisle was deserted, and the unsettling feeling of being watched intensified. Determined to capture evidence of the supernatural, Laura set up her camera near the fallen box. The market's atmosphere seemed to shift, as if an unseen presence was lingering just beyond her vision. She whispered into the camera, her excitement mingled with nervousness. As she ventured deeper into the market, the shadows seemed to dance along the walls, creating a disorienting display of movement. Laura's breath quickened as she explored the bakery section, her camera capturing every flickering light and strange noise. In the frozen foods aisle, a faint whisper reached Laura's ears. She froze, her senses on high alert. The whispers grew louder, a chorus of indistinct voices that seemed to echo from all directions. Her heart raced as she realized she was not alone. Suddenly, a figure materialized at the end of the aisle. Its form was hazy, as if made of mist and shadows. Laura's pulse quickened as the figure's eyes fixed on her, its gaze hauntingly intense. The figure's voice was a chilling whisper that seemed to resonate within her mind. "Remember us. Help us. Remember." Laura's heart went out to the figure, a feeling of empathy overriding her fear. The figure introduced itself as Michael, a former employee of Midnight Mart who had been trapped within its walls after a series of strange events. Michael's story was a tragic one. He had disappeared under mysterious circumstances, and his spirit had become trapped within the market. He recounted tales of confusion and despair, of being unable to move on to the afterlife. Laura listened with rapt attention, her camera capturing every word. She promised to help Michael and the other trapped spirits find closure, determined to uncover the truth behind their plight. Night after night, Laura delved into the market's history, researching the events that had led to the spirit's entrapment. She communicated with mediums and performed rituals to bridge the gap between the living and the dead. The market's aisles seemed to respond, as if the spirits were reaching out to her. And then, one fateful night, as Laura stood in the checkout aisle, a warmth enveloped her. The air seemed to shimmer with energy, and a soft light bathed the space. The trapped spirits were there, their presence strong and comforting. Laura felt a deep sense of fulfillment as she spoke to the spirits, offering them solace and understanding. The market's atmosphere shifted once more, as if the trapped souls were finding release. Michael's voice was filled with gratitude as he thanked Laura for helping them remember and find peace. Word spread throughout the town about Laura's efforts, and Midnight Mart transformed from a place of mystery and fear to one of redemption and healing. Laura's journey became a local legend, a reminder that even in the most mundane of places, the past and the present can intertwine in unexpected ways. To this day, Midnight Mart stands as a testament to Laura's courage and compassion. The market's aisles may have once held secrets, but they now carry a sense of closure and connection, a reminder that the bonds of the past can be untangled through the persistence of the living. It was a gloomy afternoon when Lily found herself standing in front of Willow Mart, a supermarket known for its worn linoleum floors and flickering fluorescent lights. Unbeknownst to her, this ordinary shopping trip would soon lead her down a path of chilling encounters and unexplainable mysteries. Lily entered the store, her footsteps echoing through the eerily quiet aisles. The air was heavy with the scent of cleaning supplies, and the dim lighting cast elongated shadows that seemed to dance along the walls. She grabbed a cart and began her journey through the market's labyrinthine corridors. As she turned into the canned goods aisle, a can of soup slipped from the shelf, hitting the ground with a clatter that reverberated through the silence. Lily jumped, her heart racing as she glanced around. The aisle was empty, and a shiver ran down her spine. Brushing off the strange occurrence, Lily continued her shopping, her unease growing with every step. In the bakery section, a faint whisper reached her ears, as if carried on the breeze. She strained to listen, her curiosity piqued. The whispers grew louder, a symphony of voices that seemed to come from all directions. Lily's pulse quickened as she realized she was not alone. She turned, expecting to see another shopper, but the aisle was empty save for a lone shopping cart. The cart seemed to move on its own, slowly gliding down the aisle. Lily's breath caught in her throat as she watched, her heart pounding. She followed the cart, her footsteps echoing through the empty store. Suddenly, the cart came to a stop near the checkout area, its wheels squeaking softly. Lily hesitated, unsure of what to do. And then from the shadows emerged a figure. Its form was indistinct, flickering like a mirage. The figure's eyes locked onto Lily's, its gaze intense and haunting. Its voice was a whisper that seemed to resonate within her mind. "Find the list. Help us find the list." Confusion and fear warred within Lily as she struggled to understand the figure's words. What list was it talking about, and who were us? The supermarket's atmosphere seemed to grow heavier, as if laden with secrets. Determined to unravel the mystery, Lily ventured deeper into the store, following the figure's guidance. The shadows seemed to close in around her, and the air was charged with a palpable tension. She reached the manager's office, her heart pounding. Inside the office, she found an old ledger, its pages yellowed with age. Among the scribbled notes and inventory records was a shopping list, a list of names and items, each seemingly unrelated. The realization dawned on Lily that this list held the key to the figure's plea. As she studied the list, the figure's form materialized beside her. Its voice was clearer now, filled with a mixture of longing and desperation. It explained that each name on the list represented a lost soul, trapped within the supermarket's walls due to unfinished business. Lily listened with empathy, her determination to help these trapped spirits growing stronger. She embarked on a quest to fulfill the items on the list, seeking to bring closure to the souls that lingered in the shadows. Night after night, Lily revisited Willow Mart, working her way through the list and performing rituals to aid the spirit's transition to the afterlife. With each completed item, the supermarket seemed to brighten, as if the spirits were finding release. And then, one fateful night, as Lily stood in the checkout area, a warm light enveloped her. The air hummed with energy, and the figure stood beside her, its form solid and radiant. The trapped souls were there, their presence palpable. Lily felt a sense of fulfillment as she spoke to the spirits, offering them solace and understanding. The supermarket's atmosphere transformed, no longer weighed down by the burden of trapped souls. The figure's eyes shone with gratitude as it thanked Lily for bringing peace to the lost. Word of Lily's efforts spread throughout the town, and Willow Mart transitioned from a place of mystery to a symbol of redemption. Lily's journey became a local legend, a reminder that even the mundane corners of the world can hold profound secrets. To this day, Willow Mart stands as a testament to Lily's compassion and perseverance. The supermarket's aisles may have once held shadows, but they now carry a sense of closure and relief, a reminder that the power of empathy can mend even the most otherworldly of wounds.